Hello everyone, welcome to DTBTV. I'm just going to do a little chat with everybody just to see how they're getting on with their views for the season, in terms of the review, in terms of how they think it's going, etc., stuff like that. So I'll just wait for some of you to join. Comments are all working fine, that's good. Two seconds, I'm just setting up everything. I'm just going to be doing quite a long chat really, because I'm going to be boosting my hours up now. This is my full-time job, more or less. I'm going to be boosting up my hours on YouTube. So this is going to be basically a chat about what we think of the season so far. Do we think Klopp's doing well or not? So yeah, hi Janice. So I'm going to start off with the season so far, where we're at. Let me just get onto this a minute, because I want to just have this on silent while I want it cheering, you see. Where's the sound bit? Sound's down anyway, I think. Let's just double check. Yeah, so Leeds versus Man United at the moment. Just want to keep an eye on that. Say hello to everyone first. Hello, Janice. Hello, Paul. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with what I'm going to say is the season so far, how we evaluate it, how we look at it, what we think has been deciding factors in the season. So more or less, obviously, people will say Virgil van Dijk will be a deciding factor. So feel free to join for a good long conversation. And if you want to just dip in and out of it, if you want to just say your bit and walk away, not a problem, not a problem at all. So anyway, 33 games gone for Liverpool, 15 wins, 9 draws and 9 losses. Unbelievable. We lost 9 games this season when we didn't lose, I think we lost 2 in 3 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate the season from this point. So we're currently 6th position, 4 points behind 4th place Chelsea, 5 behind Leicester, but Leicester have got a game in hand. So let's go through the topics of the season so far, which is obviously the fact that we had a really good squad. We'd signed Thiago. The feeling about the place was good. We obviously thought we were going to go on and build and win more titles, and I think we all believed that at the start of the season. So then we go to the Everton game, and we think that, let's go for point one, that was a massive, massive game changer in the season. And I think that Everton fans, that's probably their highlight of the season. The fact that, they're happy to have nailed 2 of our best players, which still infuriates me. Let's just move this camera a little bit better. Better. Oh, no, that's fell. Oh, God, hang on. Just give me 2 seconds. Oh, it's a pain in the bum, this is. Oh. Sorry for that. Just as if I sit forward too much, that falls. It's my DTBTV flag. So yeah, just want to get comfy because I'm going to be here for quite a bit. So yeah, so Everton was obviously a game-changing point of the season, where obviously, they nailed Thiago and they nailed Virgil van Dijk literally for the season. And I think Everton fans are still talking about that now as the high point of the season, which shows you how pathetic their fan base is. So obviously that changed things, changed the way we fought, changed the way we had to play. Obviously Virgil was a big part of the defence, and obviously that's, I think we need to look back on as being as been a game-changing point of the season, is what I'm talking about. With next, did cope with it. The problem is Joel Matip. You can't get him to run. Sit down, Lucas. You can't get him to have a run of games without getting injured. So straight away we knew that we had a weakness at centre back. So if we go back and we say what was the stop us from defending our title, FSG should have probably, no, not should have. They had to buy a centre back in the summer window to replace Dejan Lovren, and didn't. That cost us. So that's a deciding point of the season, I'd say, as well. Thiago has been getting unfair stick all season. I don't know why. He's a fantastic footballer. And if you look at the games where he's played with Fabinho, then basically you can see the difference in him. He's got more freedom on the ball. He's better at his passing. He can do this, that and the other. So So he's more of a fantastic footballer when when he knows he can go forward and get involved in areas of the pitch where Fabinho mops up and everything. So I'm not very good with stats, but I would like to know how many times we have played this season with our best defence and Fabinho and Thiago in midfield, because I guarantee it's no more than 2 or 3. So this is my point that I was making yesterday with regards to Jurgen Klopp has done an absolutely amazing job at Liverpool, and he has. No other manager in the world could have done what Jurgen Klopp has done. So if you think about it, for example, here we go. Manchester City won the league. They then lost Laporte, right? One player. They didn't replace Vincent Kompany. That was it. One player. Bang, Manchester City were nowhere near us. We were about 20 points clear of them after about 3 months. They were gone. Jurgen Klopp has had to deal with these key issues. Now, if you listen to this now, for those of you that have been commenting about he doesn't know how to tactically win a game, he's not very good at this, he's not very good at that, kind of giving him a slate a little bit, it's unfair. So here's some key things. Laporte went out for Manchester City. Manchester City bottled the league, right? That was it. That was it. We have lost Joe Gomez to one of the worst injuries that I've ever heard about on a football field, because it's even worse than the anterior cruciate ligament, right? Then we lost Joel Matip. In and out, gone for ages. We then lose, who's the next one we lost? Came in to replace Nat Phillips, injured in that season. Who's the other two? Centre backs got Matip, Gomez. Well, Van Dijk then goes out for the season with a cruciate knee ligament, out for the entire campaign. Your best defender, the best centre back in the world, injured whole season. Gomez injured whole season. So, for example, here's an idea. If you took Maguire and who's the other guy that plays at the back for Manchester United, Lindelof or whatever, if you ruled them out for the entire season right now at the start of August, where would Manchester United now be in the league? They won't be second. If you took out, same for the other clubs, the main 2 centre-backs that start every single week, where would they finish? You know they wouldn't finish where they're finishing. But then to cap that off, we then lose Matip. We then lose Phillips. We've lost. Who's the other guy that came in that we kept on losing? I know there's another one. I can't think of the other one that came. Oh, even Fabinho. When Fabinho came in at centre back and we looked all right, we lost him for a spell of time. You know, and it was just constant and constant and constant in the same area of the pitch. And what is the centre back area? The most crucial part of the pitch on a football field, because we lost back 2, then the whole back 4 is because the back two centre backs are the spine of the team that go from the centre back area into the centre midfield. So then, if you think about it, your spine is your goalkeeper, your back 2, your 2 centre midfielders, and your strikers, right? Your spine just down the middle. You lose your back 2, you then lose your 2 central midfielders, because your 2 central midfielders in Henderson, Fabinho have to drop to centre back. So not only have you lost your engine in midfield, you've lost your centre back pairings. You then you got to put your midfield to do that. So then we all go back, right? Done that. We then have to bring in Nat Phillips. Now Nat Phillips has played probably about. He didn't play a first team game. Done well. Couldn't put a foot wrong. We've then gone into January, and in January, before we get to the January transfer window. We've then done all this during a pandemic where there's no supporters, and I don't care about all the other clubs having no supporters. The other clubs don't have Anfield as a fan base. This ground is special. It is special, and we didn't lose at this ground for nearly 5 years until the fans were taken out of it. Now, if there's ever an identity or a reason, a factual reason behind the fact that we have changed since the supporters have been out of the ground, well, then just look at the stats. 5 years unbeaten. Right, and now we've lost 9 at home. Not home this season. We've lost 9 games this season. So the stats don't lie. You know, the fans at Liverpool are totally different. Listen to what Adam Lallana said. Adam Lallana said when we played Barcelona, right? Klopp said before the match started, he said, "Get the first goal, and Anfield will take care of the rest." Get the first goal at Anfield and take care of the rest. So there you go. So that's another thing. So you've got to take all that into contact. And here's some more things that make it even more remarkable, the fact that we are where we are in the league. Jurgen Klopp then loses his mum. He cannot even go to the funeral, right? But he still soldiers on. He still carries on. He still goes through all the training sessions, doesn't take any leave, doesn't take a day off, soldiers all the way through that. And those people that are putting the comments that are putting on all the forums yesterday, calling Klopp out, have got short memories and a disgusting attitude, because the man couldn't even bury his mother, right, and still carried on as manager of a Liverpool Football Club. So there you go. There's another thing. Oh, and then to top that off, Alisson's dad then drowns. So Alisson, our main goalkeeper, has had to miss his dad's funeral. So you've got Klopp loses his mum, Alisson loses his dad, right, and we're still 4 points off the top four. So I'm telling you now, some of the supporters in this world we live in at the moment, especially some of our own that class themselves as Liverpool fans, need to start looking at football a little bit more than short-sighted and also greedy eyes. You're calling out our owners, right, for trying to force us into a league where there's no competition and where you get European football every season, and then you're demanding European football like it's a God-given right. Why do you think that Jurgen Klopp was fuming with the t-shirts that Leeds gave him? They don't need reminding that they've got to earn the right to play in the European Cup. They know they have done. And that's my point. So if you evaluate, and this is why I'm calling this video evaluation of the season, evaluate it now. Just listen to what I've just said there, that this club and this squad has had to go through. 2 deaths of the people that are the most closest to you in your life, your dad and your mum. And they're 2 of our main people, a goalkeeper and our manager, that's had to soldier on through all this shit during a pandemic. And it's bad enough losing your mum and dad, never mind not being able to see them buried. The fact that we've overcome all of that. And saying Klopp's not tactically right. Yeah, right, maybe so. Klopp should have shut up shop yesterday in a bit. But Klopp doesn't play that way. He plays to entertain. He doesn't want to be a Rafa Benitez. Even though I said Rafa was great here, he doesn't want to be a Sam Allardyce. He doesn't want to be a Jose Mourinho. He's Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp only knows how to play one way, and that is attack, attack, attack. Yes, you could say it cost us a game yesterday and against Leeds, because if we'd have shut up shot, we wouldn't have dropped 2 points in each game. But then you can also say that if we wasn't like that, we wouldn't have come back against Barcelona because of the gung-ho attitude. We wouldn't have come back against Dortmund. We wouldn't have come back against Southampton. We wouldn't have, the list goes on. So evaluate this season, right? No fans. 2 career-threatening injuries to 2 of our main first-team players. Alisson losing his dad, Klopp losing his mum. There's 5 things there. 6, the fact that, no fans in the stadium. I don't know if I said that in the first 5. And we're sick. We're 6th in the league. We are 6th in the league, right? And that's what really gets me down. Well, not down, but gets me fed up. Because the fact that we've still got a chance to qualify for the Champions League, and like Craig said yesterday, I called it. I said that Palace is going to be the game. So again, look at football. We've got last game of the season, Crystal Palace at Anfield, haven't we? Let's just double check. Let's get the fixtures right. So last game of the season, we've got Palace, right? If I just go to the Premier League fixtures now, I'm going to tell you if it goes down to last game. So say, for example, we are 2 points behind with Palace. We've got 1,000 fans in Anfield with Palace in our last match, right? Let's go. I'm just going on to the actual Premier League fixtures now. So this is for this weekend. Can I get it going forward? No. Right. Top 4 rivals are Chelsea and that, ain't they? So let's go back. It's going back now. Let's see who they've got last game of the season. So Chelsea. So our top 4 rivals at the moment are Leicester, Chelsea, West Ham. Last game of the season, Leicester play. So the first one. Last game of the season. They are away. They are at home to Spurs. Tottenham are playing Leicester last game of the season. So that's 2 teams there that are fighting for Champions League, playing each other last game. So there you go. Next one, Chelsea. So Leicester have got Spurs. Last game of the season, Chelsea play Aston Villa away. That's a tricky game, and there'll be fans. So you can imagine the Villa fans will be up for that. Jack Grealish and all that, playing with a fan base again. That's not an easy game. Villa away, Chelsea. So, you know, there's a tricky one for them. Leicester have got Tottenham, haven't they? I've just said that, Anna. Or did I? Or was that Leicester, Chelsea, Tottenham? No, West Ham, innit? West Ham, who they got last game? Just going on to the... West Ham have got Southampton at home. But West Ham's run's not bad here. You know, they've got Burnley away, then they've got Everton at home, then they've got Brighton away, West Brom away, and Southampton at home. Just don't know with West Ham though, do you? So yeah. So you know, last game. If we can just get it to the last game of the season, I will be happy. I will be certainly. All right, Glenn. I will certainly be confident if we can get it to the last game of the season. So that's amazing. Let's just get some more comments on that. Afternoon, Jarrett. Afternoon, Deborah. All right, Stephen. Hi, Craig. Sabrina, I'm proud of the boys. Yeah. So am I. Hi. Hey. All right, Jason. Plastic fans, Neil. Look. All right, Jason McGuire. Plastic fans, Neil. Look like. Oh, we're having trouble playing this video. Has my camera gone off on the Facebook? Someone tell me. Oh, bloody hell. Hang on. Plastic fans, Neil, look at United fans of the late 90s and early zeros. If you win the title next season, Klopp will be a living god with these fans. Expect top four every season. Yeah, you're bang on, Neil. Keith, right, Keith, Neil, as a club, we've been through the ringer this year. Love the passion, respect. This season is just a wee blip. All right, Collie, absolutely spot on. Like I said, I'll defend the club and the boss. Are we having problems? Can you not see me anymore? Oh, bloody hell, don't tell me this is gone. Still on, mate. So I've got some people saying it's still on and some people saying it's not. I'm on YouTube as well. It seems to be on YouTube. All right, Billy, mate. Can you just see if it's come back on now? I mean, I don't know if it has at the moment. I can't see it myself, so that's a bit worrying, actually. I'm still live on YouTube. I tell you what, no, I wanted to keep. I'm doing this for my YouTube hours, so I can keep it running on YouTube and restart it on Facebook. Yeah, we'll do that. So let me restart it on Facebook, and I'll carry on you. Oh, you can see. So Tracy, you can see now, yeah. Well, it just bit my side then. As long as you can see, I'm not asked because YouTube's running too fine still. So yeah, going back to what I'm saying. If we, yeah, brilliant. But great. I can't see it at my end, but I'm not asked. That's great. That's fine. We can keep it running. Yeah, because I've just found out that because I'm doing this now as my business, why not? I've started it for that reason. I've been told that you have to get up to 30,000 hours on YouTube before you can start earning pennies. So, you know, I don't want to be doing it for free forever. I did say weirdly when I started this group that I wanted to be running profitably as a business by the age of 40. So I've just turned 37. So in 3 years, my dream is for DTBTV to be a broadcasting company, a sports, basically a football Liverpool fan group. That'd be great. And the great thing is I love Scousers. There's no hatred here. There's no animosity. There's no the Anfield rap saying, hey, get off our turf. This is Anfield Road. You're not from Liverpool. Or there's no you know, Red Men TV looking at us as a threat, even though we're not a threat, but you know what I mean. They were brilliant yesterday. They giving me advice, telling me if I need anything, ask them, even putting me on their actual page, even putting me on their watch along, which was brilliant. So, yeah, I'm going to give it everything, and that's the main thing, isn't it? You know, so, yeah, going back to what I was saying. So, where were we at? Right, them key points I went through with regards to the season and what we've had to go through. It's just mad. Yeah, it's gone off with how many people was viewing it. That's the problems we're having. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I can get the viewers and that in here, comments to that. Yeah, so anyway, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, evaluate this season. We're only 4 points off top 4. And let's get onto the subject next that I want to talk about, which is this arrogance from some of our supporters that we are always entitled to the Champions League. if Jurgen Klopp gets us into Europe, and that includes the Europa League this season, then he's absolutely worked magic. Because if you look at it, and I said this yesterday, if Jurgen Klopp had Arsenal's squad, Arsenal would be in the top 4. Can you imagine Jurgen Klopp having Lacazette, Aubameyang, Odegaard, even Willian? He would have brought the best out of Willian. I think we were after him. You know, David Luiz, Kieran Tierney at left back, you know, the German goalkeeper. Arsenal would be a force with that squad. But that's the point. So what I'm trying to say to you, Europa League is no to turn your nose up at. I don't know why people do. Yes, we don't want to be in it. We want to be in the Champions League. But at the same time, it's European football. And the trophy's gorgeous. I love the UEFA Cup. When we won it in 2001, I remember I was training for Gunnerby. I was like 17 years old. And I love football that much. I went to training even though it was a European final for Liverpool. I got back for the second half. Still remember Robbie Fowler cutting in on his left foot and banging one in, and Gerrard scored as well. And then obviously Alaves won it in the final, and I think McAllister whipped the free kick in, didn't he? And we won 5-4. And we won a European trophy. Liverpool, Gerard Houllier, what a great man he was. Are you turning your nose up at the trophies that Gerrard won? Because I absolutely loved that night against Roma. You know, after he just came back after his heart attack. We played Roma. We beat Roma 2-0 at a packed Anfield, right? They're the European nights we want. And I said this yesterday. Look at the last 4 of the Europa League this season. Villarreal are playing Arsenal, and Man United have got Roma. Or is it the other way around? Roma, Arsenal. No, it is. Match. Either way, the last 4 are Roma, Villarreal, Arsenal, and Manchester United. Are they not Champions League teams? Because to me, they are. It is a European trophy. And who knows what next season will bring. What if we had a bad season next season? Not saying we're going to. What if we did and we finished 5th or 6th, but yet we had the Europa League to play for? You win the Europa League, you get in the Champions League. So don't turn your nose up a bit. Next season, if we finish 7th or 8th this season, all we've got to play for is the League Cup and the FA Cup, right? Yeah. And then if we don't finish in the top 4, we're out of the Champions League. So we have 2 chances to finish the Champions League next season if we get Europa League. I still think we'll win it. We'll get in the Champions League. I really do. I think someone will wobble. I think West Ham will wobble or Chelsea will wobble. I really do. Leicester, they did last year, at the last few games. But what I'm saying is I don't turn my nose up at European football because another thing, tickets will be cheaper. Europa League tickets are about £30, £28. So that'll be brilliant. Fans are going to be gagging for games. So that'll be brilliant. So if you rule out another competition, you're ruling out people wanting to go to games. And if you're ruling it out, it's just pure snobbery. And I'll tell you why. There's so many football fans out there that don't ever get to witness a European night. And here we are saying, oh, sod it, we don't want them. It just does me head in. So let me see if there's more comments coming through. Still on Facebook. I can see you. Yes, I can see you. You're still live. Brilliant. Cool. Why not stream the match live? John Rocher, you can't stream the match live every week, mate. If you did that, then they would close you down. All right, Scott, mate. All right. If it's those Thursday games which makes it uncomfortable for the players. Yeah, but you say that, William, right? Well, why are Manchester United second? Why are Manchester United only 8 points behind Manchester City? You're telling me Manchester United couldn't have won the league this season if they didn't draw too many games? Right? They could have won the league this season, Man United. They've been in the Europa League all season. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Because at the end of the day, right, if we sign a few players in this summer, we'll have a big enough squad to cope with Europa League. Can you imagine Harvey Elliott as well? Harvey Elliott could get the experience of playing in the Europa League next year, and it would be really good for his development. Do you know what? Rangers are in the Champions League next year. I said this the other day. If Harvey Elliott's not going to come straight into our first team next season, if Klopp's looking at his next phase loan, why not lend him to Rangers for the season? He's been in the Championship. He's been at Blackburn. Why not loan him to Rangers? Because Rangers will be playing Champions League football. Or if they don't make it into the Champions League, they'll play Europa League football at least in the group stages. Gets him European experience. If he's not going to play, I'm saying, if he's not going to be deemed ready yet, or a Premier League loan for him. Somebody like Norwich. Norwich are a good club. They play good football. If Norwich come up, give him to Norwich for the season, or give him to Fulham, if Fulham stay up. You know, I mean, someone like that, or even Newcastle. Send him up to Newcastle for the season. He needs a season in the Premier League now. If Klopp deems him not ready yet to get into our first team, his next stage should be the Premier League now. Let's see him in that. Let's see if he can do well in that. You know, or even a loan abroad. Even, you know, I don't think he's ready for abroad yet, but you get what I'm saying. He doesn't need another Championship loan. That's why I'm surprised Harry Wilson's at Cardiff. What are you doing? You're supposed to be trying to get yourself into the Liverpool first team, and you were playing for Bournemouth in the Premier League, and then you've dropped to Cardiff in the Championship. He's finished now at Liverpool. He'll be sold in the summer based on that. So let's just go through some of your comments. Europa League hasn't done any of the other teams harm. Yes, it's not the top table, but one season won't be a disaster. Exactly. That's my point. You can't rule out. Yeah, Willie, I actually think he's ready as well, actually, Harvey Elliott. But I'm just saying, my point there was, you know, if Klopp doesn't deem him ready to break into the team yet. I've got my son next to me playing
Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2. So if you can hear clicking, it's him on his Xbox. Bless him. But he's playing it with no sound. You can't, well, they can't see you. Well, they can see you because I can't see. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing I was going to say. So we've covered, no, sit-ups on because the camera's on. You're not that down. It's on the edge. Right. So we've covered the fact of what we think the season review been so far. I'm sure you'll all agree that we think Klopp's done a great job based on the fact that, you know, what he's had to cope with, losing his mum, Alisson losing his dad, his spine of the team going, the midfield having to drop into defence, the fact that we've had 22 different centre-back pairings. 22. That is absolutely mental. So give him a break. Give the players a break. Things are moving again. I keep saying this. Liverpool is like the end of the pandemic now. It doesn't feel like there's a pandemic anymore. Apart from if you have to stick a mask on to go in a shop or to go on the bus, that is it. Everybody's walking around freely, seeing people. City centre's packed. There's queues for all the shops. There's, you know, it's ridiculous that we can't go and watch non-league football. For example, AFC Liverpool played Bootle last night. I wanted to go and watch it, or yesterday. You couldn't go and watch the game in the ground. Bear in mind that these non-league grounds, the average gate is about 100. But yet you could stand in the beer garden of the actual stadium bar and not move out of there and watch the game. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. So hopefully all that crap comes to an end soon. So keep, you know, those that are watching me now that are still in lockdown, stuff like that, it's coming to an end, trust me. At least in this country. Forget about the world. Don't read the news about Italy or Spain or France. Do what I do. Stay in your own bubble, live in your own area, and just focus on that. Just going to read some more comments. So Francis Lawton. Klopp has worked miracles under the frugal sell to buy policy. But sell to buy is how it has to work. I mean, you're a business. You have to make money. You can't just keep buying. We're not Man City, mate. We're not Man City. Sell to buy is perfect. No one slagged off until this American crap trying to get us in the Super League. Nobody slated the mechanisms that FSG were using to sell and buy, because that guy, Michael Edwards, is a genius. It is Michael Edwards, isn't it? The fact that he can get 20 million for Dominic Solanke, the fact that he could get 15 million for Daniel Ward, the fact that he could get 10 million for Michael Stewart, the fact that he could get, what was it? He got 7 million for Brad, what is his name? The left back, Brad Smith. He just gets ridiculous money for some of our youth players. And Coutinho went for 147 million, right? And we bought Alisson and Van Dijk, right? So the sell to buy works. I've got no problems with FSG, how they've run Liverpool as a business, apart from the tickets are too expensive and the clothing is too expensive. That's the only thing I've got. Will they recover from this? No, they won't. They just won't. Wolf and Klopp and everybody could never ever forgive them in a way. If they do forgive them, they'll never forget. And that's definitely not going to happen. I'm, you know, seeing the news yesterday about apparently FSG have turned down 3 billion. So it can't be about the money, can it? Because if it was, then why didn't they take the 3 billion? I think they're more I reckon that Super League was more about boasting. It was more about them going, do you know what? We've just gone to England or the Premier, because they'll hate Sky, they'll hate BT, they'll hate all of them broadcasters, They wanted to make a mark on life. Anybody wants a legacy. Any man wants a legacy. They wanted to say, we got the Premier League, the most expensive, the most attractive, the most highest viewed football league in the world, and we took it off them and we turned it into what we want. And they want, you know, the tour we went on last pre-season of America, where it nearly killed our players, where we're playing in 100 degrees at all the American baseball grounds. They wanted that. Didn't you notice in their structure for the Super League that the finals would always be neutral venues? Where do you think them neutral venues were going to be? They were going to be in New York, or they were going to be in Boston at Fenway, or they were going to be in Dubai, where they could sell to the highest bidder. You know, it was pure based on, we want to create the greatest football league in the world. But what they did was they took out the thing that Americans and foreign owners don't understand, is we love the rainy nights in Stoke. We love the freezing cold days away at Blackburn. We love going down to our Sunday League pitches and see the blood and thunder of British football. We love the fact that when we're watching stories like Marine, you know, Marine playing Tottenham, you know, little clubs like that get to see, you know, all this kind of thing. We love the FA Cup. We love, you know, competition. We love the fact that, you know, when we got beat by Grimsby in the League Cup, it can happen. Real Madrid, like Klopp says, every single season is boring. Now and again is great. And that's what it's about. It's about the Champions League's exciting because you don't know who you're going to get in the draw, or you don't know who you're going to get, or if you qualify for the Champions League, like finishing fourth. I mean, can you imagine, like, we don't even have to finish in the top four of the Super League to get into Europe because we're already in it. I mean, how boring is that? It was basically like they were trying to redevelop the game that we invented, and it was just never going to happen. So, but they're still trying, but it was never going to happen. So with regards to that, that's a Super League brushed under the carpet now. That's never going to happen now because it won't be allowed to happen. From hearing back from what Boris is saying, is he's going to make it sort of like, you know, they're getting rid of all the important board members at each club now, aren't they? I've seen the protests going on at Manchester United. They basically are, their owners are absolutely disgraceful. We have, so I don't know if you just joined me now at the end of this video as I'm 3/4 through it, at the start. We are poor this season. I'll just go through for Sarah's just commented that on the group now. Right. We've lost all of our defence at some point this season. We have lost 2 of our centre-backs to long-term cruciate ligament injuries that could have ended their careers. We lost Thiago for 6 months. We lost Jota for 4 months. Klopp lost his mum, couldn't go to the funeral. Alisson lost his dad, couldn't go to the funeral. So sorry, Sal, we might be poor this season, but if you know football, you might understand that there's been a few things going on behind the scenes that might have affected our performance, other than the fact that, add to that, a pandemic, no supporters, and also the fact that, it's probably been one of the worst years in mostly everybody's life ever. So sorry, it's been a poor season, but it hasn't, because it hasn't fucking finished yet. We've still got 6 games left. We're only 4 points behind. 4, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 points to play for, only 4 behind. Do you not believe Liverpool are capable of finishing the top 4? If you don't, there's nothing I can do for you. I said that earlier on the group. Poor season? No. We've had a season which has been affected by multiple major incidents that ruin anybody's season. I just said Vincent Kompany didn't get replaced. They lost Laporte, Man City, and they were 20 points behind us by about 3 months into the season, right? 1 player got injured for Man City and their season folded, right? Us basically lost our whole defence. Then our midfield we lost because our midfield had to play in the defence. So, yes, it's been a poor season, very poor. Klopp's worked miracles. And anybody that doesn't understand that, unfortunately, like I say, you dip in and out of football, but I live and breathe it. And anybody that lives and breathes football understands football. And it's like anything. It's like if McLaren lost Lewis Hamilton for the season, do you think they'd win the Formula One? What they thought? They'd have a shitty second-hand driver in the car. We lost our Lewis Hamilton at centre back, Virgil van Dijk. We then lost Gomez. We then lost Alisson. We then lost fucking Matip. Fucking everybody that came in for Matip, right? Jurgen Klopp has worked minor miracles whilst trying to deal with the grief of his dead mother as well. So that man, and do you know what? The way he handled himself as well when he said, by the way, I just need to put this on record after the Super League. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay to try and this. That was what Klopp said. I am going to stay to try and fix this. And did he? Yeah, because you guarantee when he got back from Mellon Road, he rang John W. Henry up and went, listen, you don't pull out of this now, I'm gone. You don't see the things that happen behind closed doors. I guarantee you he would have gave John W. Henry an ultimatum. And I guarantee you, John W. Henry would have seen what Carragher was saying, what everyone was saying, that if Klopp goes, you won't be able to visit Liverpool. You won't be able to visit Liverpool anyway, but you won't be able to be with that club for a week. Within a week, you will be gone. Simple as that. And I've got Klopp's back. And do you know why I've got Klopp's back? Because he's had ours. He's had ours from minute one. Every single thing he says, even that he wrote to the Liverpool Echo when the pandemic was at its worst, even Everton fans in it. He goes to visit even Everton fans at the Alderhay Hospital and he sits with them. He reads out, I don't know if you've seen that Kenny Dalglish cartoon book that he reads out. He'd be a flipping storyteller. David Attenborough, the way he speaks. He could be a poet. We are witnessing a genius here. We are witnessing a football genius. The problem is we took him for granted. And now we're all expecting this and that and this and that. It would be boring if we won 4 trophies every season. We're not Man City. We're not PSG. We're not them. We are the club that is a different, unique brand. We're a club that lives and breathes football and has real supporters. I went to the final of the League Cup, right? And we lost on penalties to Man City. And I went to McDonald's before I went in the ground, right? I bumped into Man City fans. And I was like, all right, boys. They're like, yeah, yeah. I said, are you looking forward to tonight? They were like, today, I mean, they were like, yeah, it's my first game. This was a final, by the way. I went, is it? Yeah, she goes, yeah, well, I'm not. One of them said, I'm not even a City fan. I'm just going. She goes, I got it free. I said, what do you mean you got it free? She showed me a ticket. Every single one of them that was stood in McDonald's with me had got a complimentary ticket through their work in Manchester. So Manchester City are that fake. They couldn't even sell out their allocation at a Wembley final. So the only way they could fill their allocation was to give the tickets away. That ain't a football club. That's not Liverpool. We are Liverpool, and that's the difference. And that's what I always say. So, yeah, that's that little rant about Man City fans out of the way. So I'm just going to try and get some time on my YouTube. I'm going to check YouTube's flick across. Afternoon, Billy, mate. All right, Glenn. Over there, son. Keep getting the camera. So,
Dad,
what?
Can I please have some cereal, please?
No, you can have that in a minute. Chicken. Right, wait a second. Klopp is a saviour of our club. He rose up from the ashes back to the top of the world. Yeah, and if you've seen the interview with Steven Gerrard just after he won the league, he goes, Steven Gerrard said these words, Liverpool fans don't want me as manager. They want Jurgen Klopp. I want Jurgen Klopp. So Gerrard even says, I want Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. Do you know what? Go on YouTube and watch his send-off he gets from Dortmund. He's stood in the middle of the pitch. He's welling up. He's emotional. He's waving at all the supporters. He's a god in Dortmund. He's a god in Liverpool. He ain't going nowhere until he gets that send-off. I reckon soon as the fans are back, he'll finish his contract. I mean, he wants that goodbye. And I tell you something now, I was at Steven Gerrard's final match against Palace. And that was probably one of the most emotional days of my life. My hero literally saying goodbye. And can you imagine Anfield when Klopp leaves? Oh my God, it's probably going to be one of the worst days of our life. And it's going to take a big man to come in and replace him. And it's Steven Gerrard for me, in my opinion. He's the only person. And I think Liverpool planned this. This is another subject I'm going to talk about for 10 minutes. When Jurgen Klopp had Gerrard as his U23 manager, They had a little meet at Melwood. It's all, you can go on it now on YouTube. Put in Steven Gerrard sat with Jurgen Klopp. They're bouncing off each other with ideas, blah, blah, blah. He says, you know, I go to Jurgen. If you know, a lean on Jurgen for advice, Klopp goes, yeah, we'll give him all the tools he needs in his career to build him up. If he goes and fends for himself, I'll give him as much info as I can. Then he got the Rangers job. And when the day he got the Rangers job, Klopp said, as I said before, we will give him all the tools necessary to succeed. So what happened? John Flanagan, free transfer. Ovi Ajaria, loan. Shea Ojo, loan. Ryan Kent, loan. Right? So there's the tools getting given to him straight away. Then Ryan Kent does brilliant for them. Rangers can't afford him. Rangers really want him. Gerrard really wants him. Liverpool then sell him for £7 million. And I've heard that's on instalments over 4 years. So Rangers are paying like 1.8 million a year for him. Right? FSG and Liverpool would not have done that for anybody else. If we can get 20 million for Dominic Solanke, we could have got 20 million, because I'm sure Leeds were interested in him for Ryan Kent, right? Or 15 million, so doubled the money easily. So he got that. Then Rangers, they had no financial module at all. It was just Dave King and just, you know, shirt sales, merchandise, blah, blah, blah. Look at their structure at Rangers. I know I've got a cousin that's on this group right now. Ask him. They play 4-3-3. They play the same formation as Jurgen Klopp. That's not a coincidence. No, they say everyone plays 4-3-3. Not everyone does, right? Because, you know, is Gerrard learning the way to play with three up front, the way to play in three in midfield, right? So they're playing the same formation. Inside Anfield, I'm sure you've watched it before. It's like a behind the scenes camera thing where, you know, you can see what goes on. The players coming in at half time. It's brilliant. That started by Liverpool and FSG. Rangers do it, right? Legends games. Rangers have never done Legends games. Rangers now do Legends games. I went to the Legends game last year, Rangers versus Liverpool, weirdly. Rumours going around that FSG are giving Rangers tips on how to do a business plan, on how to make money. Look at Rangers now. They're strict, you know, they're making this, making that. Also, FSG were interested in buying Rangers. You know, this new investment thing they've done, which is what, 750 odd million with LeBron James involved. What do you think that is? That is to give them the sports brand to do what Man City are doing. Man City have about 50 clubs, right? FSG want that. And Rangers is one of them they want. So I'm saying it's everything. Then, hang about. Well, you know, tools to succeed. Gary McAllister, all of our under-23 coaching staff. Gary McAllister was ambassador for Liverpool, right? So Gerrard took all of the coaching staff with him, right? From Liverpool. Michael Beale, everyone, right? Even our sports scientists, our nutritionists, everything, right? So this is what I'm saying. Then look at the contracts. Steven Gerrard's first contract ran alongside Jurgen Klopp's contract. Soon as Jurgen Klopp surprised us by signing an extension, 24 hours later on Sky Sports News, so did Steven Gerrard. Identical contracts ending at the same date and time. Case closed. Steven Gerrard will walk in when Jurgen Klopp walks out. Only man that's got the balls to take the job. Only man that can thrive under pressure. And none of this rubbish about Rangers are in a crap league. Rangers are in a league where they are expected to win every single week. That is pressure. His European record is second to none. Rangers had not qualified for the Europa League group stage in a decade until Steven Gerrard went there. They've now not only qualified for the group stage, but they've got out of both groups and into the knockout phase twice. And also, this time, undefeated in the whole group. And bear in mind, they had Benfica and Lech Poznan and everyone. They had a difficult group. And they had Galatasaray, who they knocked out in the playoff. So all I'm saying is, Gerrard, in 3 years' time, will have 3 successive seasons as a Champions League manager as well. So he's pitting his wits against the best. Zidane's, you know, I say the best. He just walked into a team that's flipping, you know, decent. I'd love to see Zidane manage Middlesbrough. But this is my point. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Let's just read some more comments. Yeah, I'm dreading that day as well, Scott. So I've got 45. I've done 45 minutes of my chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been me just being me, just like talking. And I'm going to do another 15 minutes. So I've done an hour for my YouTube channel. So can you get some questions on anything and I'll answer yours for those that are watching? Anything you want me to answer right like that, or let's see what YouTube's doing at the moment. That's pretty quiet. Just about the hours on YouTube. So yeah, Manchester United away next. I absolutely love them games. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be a belter. Be interesting to see if Virgil van Dijk comes back towards the end of the season. It's looking possible, with him obviously wanting to play in the Euros. With pre-season, I'm really looking. Man U 0-0. Oh yeah, I thought you meant next week. Yeah, I know, with Leeds at the moment. I hope Leeds do them. So yeah, so pre-season should go pretty quickly this year because we've got the Euros to watch. And I know a lot of you don't like international football, but yeah, I watch the Euros, so I don't mind watching them games. Being Lucas here, we like to get a chart on the wall and tick it all off. Right, well, because there's no comments coming through, I'm going to end it now at 45 minutes. Thanks everyone for the chat, and have a great day. And I will be back. I'm going to do a video a day, actually. I'm going to do some subjects, some over the next few days. So, like I say, it's my business now, so you'll see me a lot more. It's full time. So enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend. You'll never walk alone.